They called him the Scourge of God, the rider of endless storms, a man who rose from nothing to carve his name into the bones of history. Genghis Khan. Beneath the myths and fear, there's a darker, stranger, and more human story. What did he really look like? How tall was he? How did one man's body, his presence, his very face command so much terror and respect? He wasn't the giant warrior many imagine. Records suggest he stood around average height for his time, perhaps 5'7" or 5'8", broad-shouldered, powerful, scarred from countless battles. His eyes were sharp, his hair dark, and his body hardened by a life of suffering in the brutal Mongolian steppe. Some chroniclers even described him with a commanding aura, a gaze so piercing it could freeze enemies where they stood. Not a mythical giant, but a flesh and blood man whose strength came not from size, but from will. And behind this warrior were women who shaped his destiny. Genghis Khan's wives were more than silent partners. His first and most beloved, Bert, was captured by enemies early in their marriage. Genghis fought ruthlessly to bring her back, and their bond remained unshakable. But he also took many wives and concubines, marriages often used as political alliances to secure loyalty and power. Some women wielded real influence, guiding his court and decisions, while others were taken as spoils of war. It was a world of love, power, and betrayal, and it forged the empire as much as the sword. But here's the darker side, the legacy they don't like to teach in school. Genghis Khan's conquests weren't just battles of strategy and steel. They left behind rivers of blood and stories of countless women taken against their will. His empire was built on both brilliance and brutality, and his personal life carried shadows historians still debate to this day. Scholars estimate that his bloodline alone flows through 16 to 17 million men alive on Earth. That's not just history, it's biology rewriting the present. One man, long dead, still shaping the genetic map of humanity. His DNA scattered like seeds across continents. A silent empire no army can destroy. And yet, Genghis Khan was not just a destroyer, he was also a builder. How did he forge the largest empire the world had ever seen? He united rival tribes through sheer force and clever alliances, turned illiterate horsemen into disciplined warriors, and created a system of laws and order that stretched across lands larger than Rome or Alexander ever dreamed of. He built an empire that connected East and West, opening trade routes that still shape our world today. His laws were as ruthless as his armies. He punished theft with death, demanded loyalty above all, and created a code of order that terrified enemies and allies alike. To steal was to die, to betray was to vanish, and yet under his rule, the empire found stability. These laws shocked the world, but they also gave his people a strange kind of justice that kept the vast empire under his control. But make no mistake, his rise was not handed to him. It was carved in blood through battles that seemed impossible to win. Against larger armies, against stronger cities, Genghis Khan's strategy made him unstoppable. He used speed, deception, and brutal discipline to crush anyone who stood in his way. He turned fear into a weapon, spreading terror so powerful that entire cities surrendered without a fight. The battles that forged him weren't just victories. They were lessons in how to turn weakness into domination. And yet, even in his personal life, the secrets remain ruthless. Historians whisper of betrayals, executions, and decisions so cruel they were hidden from the stories told to children. He demanded loyalty from his sons, but he trusted few. He could show mercy, but he could also wipe out entire bloodlines in rage.